So the PGR North America and Europe came out over the past week, and I kind of wanted to talk about it. One, congratulations to everyone that was on it, including the Area 51 people. I think basically every player on there deserved to be on there, with a small exception, and no, this isn't a shot at a particular player. The players that are on it that I don't think deserve it are because of a way that the PGRU was handled. I was part of the voting process, and I was in the Discord, and it was a bit confusing. I saw there was a list of players that they were going and they were trying to get people to add or take them off because they weren't sure exactly who we should even vote on, because they didn't want to make it like this giant list of people that we don't know about or don't have enough results. And I noticed that at some point, part of the lists had European players on it and Japanese players like Gact and Siski and, Gluto and the players that you saw on the PGR. And granted, most of those are very high. And these players are very good, of course. This isn't a shot at them. Atelier is amazing at 32. You have Gact at 26. You have, Siski at 14. And you have Gluto at 3. Of course, all amazing players. No shots at them personally, right? Like, I think they're all absolutely fantastic players. My problem with it is I don't understand why people are able to qualify for multiple lists. I found that to be very odd, because you see Gluto is number 1 in Europe, which is a different list, and Siski's number 2 in Europe, and then they're on the North American list. And I find it very odd that some players from not North America are on the North America rankings, even though they're, as I said, not North American. I don't agree with that. Again, there was a vote, and I can kind of understand the concept of like, oh, they're competing in a bunch of North American tournaments. But I feel like for those things, they should be weighted with those in their respective rankings. Like, having a win on me can count for Siski in the European rankings. Having a win on, who did Gact beat? That was Gact beat a bunch of players, so like whoever Gact beat should have counted towards his Japanese ranking, not just only Japan tournaments counted Japan. It was a little weird to me. And again, I just want to shout out a couple of people other than this, right? Like, and I'll get back to talking about, I suppose, like my little issues with it. Oh, did I not open the 40 through 50? So first off, I wanted to congratulate, again, everyone who made it on. My favorite ones that made it on, I'm very, very happy for SkyJ and Peebnut. I know SkyJ's been killing it with Incineroar. He's kind of the reason that I put Incineroar as high tier. Peebnut has always been kind of a sleeper person, so I'm glad that he finally got like big recognition, because Peebnut is actually cracked. Also, I want to congratulate Base Mage, because he's now, 25th in North America with Puff, which is absolutely insane. He's so talented. What a fantastic player. Shattuck is also absolutely fantastic. I met Shattuck back when he was like he was like 12 or 11 at the time at like a DreamHack Dallas tournament, like in Smash 4. And it has been wonderful to watch Shattuck grow as a player. It's so inspiring to see someone just be able to slowly improve, especially with a character that a lot of people said was bad. I remember at the beginning of the game he was playing Corrin and Inkling. The Inkling was, or I guess both of them were kind of because of Cosmos, even though I think me and Cosmos were his favorites at the time. But it's just fantastic. I'm super happy for that. Again, my Florida Brethren Goblin, I'm very happy for them as well. Of course, Ken and Sonics have been putting in work. I mean, Ken did crazy at Battle of BC. Sonics has been doing fantastically, and this isn't even counting CEO where he won. Siswi, I didn't even notice that was wrong. Of course, we have Didi, who, had a breakout year. Again, Yanni as well. Double Steve in top 20 is kind of insane. But again, I'm very happy with these players. And of course, the top 10 are like the extra accolades. Spargo going from unranked to number 2 is absolutely insane. And this is kind of in general what I would say is relatively the top 10. Obviously, in top 10 in the world, I would add some Japanese players. Speaking of which, let me know if you want in the comments down below whether or not you want me to do a top 10 list, in my opinion, in the world overall. Probably going to do it regardless of what you say, but I'm farming engagement. And also, while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, ring that bell. But yeah, I don't quite understand the concept. I mean, I do in theory, but I don't agree with the concept of having players that aren't from North America on the North American ranking when they're also in their own respective rankings. Like Gact is going to be in the Japanese ranking. Siski and Gluto were in the rankings for, Europe. Again, number 1 and 2. Like, it's odd. It's odd to me that they're just like, oh yeah, these players that aren't North America are North American ranked. Like, I feel like the problem is in my head, right? Like, again, we can count how many people that it is. I think it was only like 3. Because, oh no, so it's Atelier, it's Gact, it's Ken, and then it's Siski, and then it's Gluto. So 5 people. And the problem is, there's a little thing on, the PGR called Area 51. And Area 51, granted, one of them is Japanese as well, is 4 people excluding the Japanese. So I feel like that kind of sucks for them. Again, Toast, Teaser, Icy Mist, and Axiom were basically right below the threshold for making the PGR based on the, panel, which, by the way, I can get into that in a little bit, but they could have been the end of the PGR. They could have been the lowest parts of the PGR. So I don't know. It kind of rubs me the wrong way. Of course, like, the PGR also went from algorithmic to panel-based, which, again, I understand that because algorithms are always going to be biased in some way. They're going to rank something more important than other things. And they were kind of always problems with every PGR in terms of like, oh, should a win count as their new ranking or their old ranking? And that was a big thing in the Smash 4 days. Like, there's always been off things about the algorithm. I'm not, taking shots at PG stats. Like, I'm not, I think they're doing their best, but it's just something I disagree with. I think Zomba also disagreed with a couple of things. Also, not knowing what TTS is going to be. Obviously, like, having that open in Smash 4 days was kind of convenient. So I don't know, it's kind of weird. I really am not a huge fan of panel-based, just in general, but of course there is also the Orion rank, but again, similar to the PG stats thing, or the PGRU, that again can come with biases, etc. And again, but before people mention it, it's not even like I'm salty about my place. I literally predicted I would be between 30 and 40, which again, I'm 35, let's go, because I literally went to 3 events. And as the article said, I had 1 PGR win, because I just didn't go to a lot. Right, like I straight up did not go to a lot of events, even though I'm still godlike and I'm still nice as hell and Pikachu still busted and me Brawler's still top 10. I didn't deserve to be higher than this. Hell, maybe I deserved to be lower. I know I wasn't on the Orion ranking, but the reason I wasn't was because I literally didn't qualify because I didn't go to enough events because their, standards are different than what the PGR standards were. What's panel? So literally what happened is I think I did it on stream. I basically was able to take like every player, rank them 1 through 10. Like 10 being godlike, 1 being like top 100 or 120 player. A panel is garbage. I mean, not really. You can still have rankings. I mean, fucking football, like college football, for example, their ranking system is based on a panel. And again, it wasn't like anyone could do this. It was like curated panel, right? It was like top players and like figureheads and people that know what's going on. So it's kind of like how in college football, Alabama's always going to be top 4. Because that's just how college football works, right? Because it's panel and they're like, oh, well, they lost to this and blah, blah. Like, they'll have some, justification for it. And again, I don't have a problem with the overall list itself. I don't think anyone's like particularly too high or too low or anything like that. It's not what my issue is. It's just that I still don't really see why some Japanese players and some players that are not North American, so other European players, were able to qualify. I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way. Again, I can totally be wrong. If y'all disagree with me, you can just literally let me know in the comments. I am totally down to be wrong. I don't know if I'm in the majority of this. I mean, clearly I wasn't when I was in the panel thing because they literally had a vote of what to do because I brought it up. And a bunch of people agreed with me. I know like Dark Wizzy agreed with me. But it was just strange to me. It's just strange. It's just a little strange for me. And again, I feel bad for these players, so I wanted to shout them out individually. Again, Axiom XL from New England. Icy Mist, she's from Philadelphia, or Pennsylvania, I don't know the city. Teaser is Georgia, Texas, and Toast is from North Carolina. And Tsubotsubo, again, Japan, he's really good. And so shout outs to these players because they could have made the list, again, barring Tsubotsubo if I'm talking about it would have been NA only. But yeah, just, you can let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed me talking about this, again, let me know if you want me to do the top 10 list, etc., etc. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe. I will see you all next time. Peace.
Pikachu busted.